Hi, this is 365801 and this is day 14 of the 25 days of manga, and I've got a few few things that I was going to read, but then I chose this one in the end and thought I'll just read it and see what it comes up with. And I'm not too sure, like it could be very much so. There was lots of like mistletoe worthy first kisses that were dead sweet and lovely. There was some gift giving, kind of. There was cozy sweaters, kind of. But there was also one panel that had the moon very bright, and there was lots of stars all around. So there was definitely stars in this one. And that is Chocolate Surprise by Lily Hoshino. This is one that I picked up this year. I have seen it so expensive, and I managed to get it for a good price. This is a due title, explicit content, and it was published in 2009, although originally it's based on I think two works by Lily Hoshino from 2002 and 2003, which is Aishichatta and Mix Chocolate, because it is a selection of like mostly one shots. There's a couple of 2-chapter stories in there, but it's just a whole load of one shot stories put together, because they're all kind of sweet, like first loves or confessions, or that's kind of the theme. It's a lot of people who have feelings for another and them confessing in one way or another. It's dead sweet, it's cute, it's quite sexy as well, but it is very much Lily Hoshino, and very much, I think this might have actually been one of the later ones. Now, Lily Hoshino has her work published by Yen Press from a long time ago, when Yen Press were doing BL, and then they stopped for a long time, and then they came back, which we're happy about. And some DMP June manga, as well as this due title. So there are a few Lily Hoshino BL manga in English available, and I think this was the last one I needed to get of hers. So I think I have everything that Lily Hoshino has published in English for BL. She has got a lot of work for shoujo, and she did a lot for anime as well. I think I have her art book in my art book collection. I'll have to try and see. But this was an interesting one. It was just full of lots of little stories. There were quite a few that I was like, oh, I'm not really sure about this one. But actually quite a lot. I mean, there's probably about 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 chapters, but there's one that's a 2-chapter one. So there's 8 stories in this. So it is quite thick. There's a lot to it. So you get your money's worth. I have to say, I think the one I like the most is Second Approach, which was definitely a mistletoe worthy first kiss. It was dead sweet, and it kind of reminded me of high school. So it's one that takes place when there's a festival, so it had that sort of atmosphere as well. And part of the school festival, they're auctioning off things, and one of the things that they're auctioning off is a person who's not very happy about it, and he doesn't really like the MC apparently. And when he gets on the stage, they're auctioning him off, and they're about to sell him for about $3.50, not very much. Whoever it is who gets him gets to be his girlfriend for the day at the festival, and the MC Hara decides to last minute put in a bid for $50. But it turns out that actually they were best friends in junior high school. And at the end of junior high school, Hara had he had actually confessed to, I have to get his name right, Shimo. It was a weird one for me actually. Shimohira, which I don't really hear very often. Shimohira. And he had confessed, and Shimohira had been like, What are you doing? Stop being so weird. And he'd kind of hurt Hara's feelings, and they just hadn't been friends since then. So there'd always been a bit of tension, and they'd avoided each other because Hara had his feelings hurt quite badly, but Shimohira had hurt his feelings and had felt awkward about it, but had actually developed love feelings for him anyway. So that was a dead sweet one when they finally confessed to each other and kissed for the first time. That was just dead nice. But there are just lots of lovely, sweet little stories, but they're all very sexy as well. Some have like full on, like one starts with a blowjob, and others it's like someone prostituting themselves, and but yet because it's Lily Hoshino's work and because her art style is just so sweet and cute, none of it ever feels too emotive. It always feels just surface pleasantness, even if the feelings are supposed to be quite deep. There was just lots of random little stories, but one of them had stars in it when a potted plant has a fairy, and the fairy comes alive in human form and gets a kiss from Shiro, who is sleeping in the bedroom, and because he's been kissed, he can now maintain his human, fairy body. And Shiro is just like, oh god, could you put on some clothes? And the fairy's like, no, I've got wings, I'll crush them. And so he's just like randomly walking around with no clothes on. It's just so stupid. And then he's like, oh god, he's a fairy and a man, and or a crazy person with wings. Ah well, and he just decides, yeah, okay. I'll have him. So yeah, I liked it. It was cute. It was sweet. Like the first story has 2 chapters, and at the end of the first chapter, I was like, oh, I want more of these 2. And of course, there was a second chapter, so I was like, yay. It was just a nice one. It was a dead cute, sweet little volume, and I'm really pleased that I got it because it's now, like everything BL that Lily Hoshino has done is now in my collection, and this particular copy is such good nick. I'm so pleased with the condition of this volume, considering that this is a 2009 publication. It's really good. So I'm really happy that it's now in my collection. So yeah, that was today's. I have one that I really want to read now, even though it's still 14th, so I might read another one. And I've got one that I started as well, that might be for my red cover, but I keep saying I'm going to do my red cover, so I might do my red cover next, or I might do another one, which is probably not going to fit in any of the categories. So I might have to take a festive photo with it, and it is so not festive, so we'll see what I come up with for tomorrow. But yeah, today's was Chocolate Surprise by Lily Hoshino. So I'll see you the next one, and remember, every day is a VL day.